Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Shay Madeline and today I am going through and I'm drawing Marceline from Adventure Time. This video will be very similar to my other videos where I first sketch my drawing, ink, color block, and then add the details, but there is a difference. The process in this video is instead of having one drawing in the middle of the page, I did this sort of character pose panel thing. The reason for this, well, there's a few, but mostly is that I wanted to practice drawing people a little bit because I don't have much skill with it. So I thought this would be a good way to give me some practice. And I also love Marceline, so it just gave me a chance to stare at her for a little longer. And not to mention, it also gave me a chance to draw a few of her outfits instead of just having to draw one. Also, just a little bit of a forewarning. While I'm recording, my sister is currently doing laundry and my room is right next to the laundry room. So unfortunately, there is a little bit of background noise. It probably won't be in all of the video, but just try to ignore that for now. Now, Marceline, in my opinion at least, is one of the best, if not the best characters from Adventure Time. From her character to her lore to her style and design, I think the creators really did a good job on her. She grows a lot throughout the series, and we get to see her dark past and see just how bright she is as a character despite all of it. And spoiler alert, I think it is really cool that we get to see her and Princess Bubblegum get back together at the end, even if I do think Princess Bubblegum is kind of a bad person, but that's besides the point. I still really do love their relationship. I tried to show different aspects of Marceline's character a little bit in the way I drew her. I feel like the different poses each give off a different vibe. The top left drawing, for example, is supposed to be her just kind of floating in the air at night while being sort of retrospective. I imagine that in this scene, she is kind of just thinking in the moonlight about how hard her past was and how far she has come. In the top right, however, she is more so being her funny, kind of playful self, while upside down looking into somebody's window. Whether this window belongs to Finn, PB, or another one of her friends, I'm not sure, but she is definitely in a more lighthearted mood than in the first drawing. The bottom right drawing, though, which just might be my favorite of the four, is meant to be her sitting around a campfire and playing on her bass. This is just sort of a carefree one. The bottom left one is the last of the drawings, as well as my least favorite. This one changes the most throughout the drawing process. It's supposed to show her in a sort of distressing situation where she's clinging to Hambo for support, but for whatever reason, I just really sort of struggled with feeling like I liked the pose of the drawing, and just liked how it looked in general. And so this kind of just caused me to not put in as much effort as I maybe should have. But overall, I do like how all four drawings turn out in the end. It's just that one is unfortunately my least favorite. And I'm not sure if any of you who watch my videos are fans of the show Adventure Time, but if any of you are, I would love to hear if you have a favorite character from the show and why they're your favorite. Adventure Time is one of those that kind of snuck up on me. I started watching it when it first came out on cable, back when I was 10 or 12 or so, but then stopped watching it as I got older because I didn't watch many shows in general, and this one just kind of didn't stand out to me. But then, when I was older, I saw a few scenes of it online, and it showed that the show really changed from how it was back when it first came out. So for a show that started out as a silly little kids show about adventuring, they ended up covering some really intense topics and situations that just pull at the heart. And because of how good Adventure Time became, I of course had to watch Fiona and Cake when it came out, and I can't wait for the next season. They really did a good job on that show as well, and of course, as much as I love Marceline, I also really like Marshall Lee, and his voice actor being Donald Glover I think is just insane, because he does such a good job and has such a good voice. But yeah, all around, I really like the show, and I can't wait for the next season of Fiona and Cake. Paying attention to the actual drawing again, you can see I struggled a lot with a pair of legs on this drawing. I liked them folded how they were, but then when I tried drawing the shorts on them, I thought it looked weird, so then I decided to try to redraw them in a way that I initially thought made more sense, but then all I ended up doing was facing her legs to the side when her torso was facing straight. So it took me a little bit to figure out how to draw her legs so they made sense, but I do eventually get them to that point, which you'll see. And once I do get her legs figured out, I will start going in and coloring in this drawing. And then once I get all the coloring blocking done all around, I will go through and do all the details. And I think the details really do pull this drawing together, and I really like how it turned out, especially this top left drawing and the bottom right drawing. One thing I learned about Procreate while drawing this project was that I don't really like its color fill feature at all. I feel like in all my other digital drawing applications I've used, I didn't have this problem, but in Procreate, when you color fill, there's this sort of like buffer space between the outline and the filled space. Like, if you pay attention throughout the coloring process, you can see it happen. It's just like a little white line between the outline and the coloring, and it's not the end of the world because I've just been going over this space by hand, but it is a bit of a pain, and I'm wondering if there is a way to get rid of the problem while color filling. I'm not sure though, and knowing me, I probably won't look up a solution until it really starts to bug me. I think I was just surprised by this issue because Procreate, at least as far as I know, is like the digital art platform that everyone uses. But I'm sure I'll find a solution eventually, just I'll have to figure it out. Another thing that I tend to mess up while using Procreate is I sometimes draw on the wrong layer by accident. Like right now, in the drawing I colored in like most of this shirt in the wrong layer, and then I had to go back and delete it just so I could redraw it on the right layer. Once again, I am sure there is an easier way to fix this issue, but it's another feature I'm unaware of as of now. Anyways though, I am just about to finish up all of the coloring and the line art, and I will finally be able to move on to the part of the process where I add in all of the details. For this drawing, I tried to play around with different types of lighting, and I used the soft blend airbrush in Procreate to do so. I think this part is kind of satisfying to watch, so I'm going to shut up and just let you watch the process. Looking at this drawing, I hope you can all see why it is my favorite. She turns out so pretty and glowing, and at least in my opinion, her pose is just such a vibe. And right here, when I add in the red glow from the fire, I think it really just brings it all together and overall makes it my favorite of the four drawings. Something I didn't notice though until I got this far into the editing process is that I somehow either forgot to record or lost the recordings of me doing the fine details on the other two drawings. I'll still show you the final drawing, of course, so it should probably be okay, since they're all drawn using the same technique anyways. But if you would like to see this part of the drawing process, you can check out my shorts, as I did make a few for this project. This video is wrapping up though, so I would just like to say I hope you enjoyed this video and this drawing, and I hope you do come back to check out my channel again. But anyways, the finished project will be showing up in just a few moments. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.